The phrase half of marriages end in divorce rings true the difficulties of building lasting relationships. Dating can be a very difficult period in anyone's life. Trying to find the right person is a tough journey, and not everyone finds their other half. However, it can be pretty obvious when a relationship has ended. It may be hard to let a relationship go for whatever reason, but if any of these signs show up in a relationship, it's time to move on. It's best not to waste time with a dead-end relationship and make a new bond with someone else, where a future is present. Make sure to watch until number 1, because one of the more important signs to look for is at the end. Number 12. It doesn't occur to you to share good news with your partner. Relationships between two people in love should always lead to a tight, close bond. Eventually, they should become best friends. And of course, best friends share everything with one another. When something amazing happens, and the news is not immediately shared with a partner, there is a serious problem. A partner should be the first person you go to for anything: advice, good news, bad news, or support. If the person you think of when receiving good news is not your partner, there could be an issue here that needs to be resolved. Number 11. You're no longer laughing together like you used to. Laughter is indeed the best medicine, but it is also the best love potion. Laughter creates elation, which in turn creates great memories. The more a partner appears in fond memories, the more feelings for them will amass. If laughter with a partner is dying, then that probably means the joy is dying too. Laughter and joy go hand in hand. If there is no laughter in the relationship anymore, then there is no longer a reason to laugh. This also probably means that there is nothing fun happening within the relationship. Happiness is probably being replaced by resentment, fear, disgust, or worse. No laughter in a relationship is never a good sign. Number 10. Physical intimacy does not appeal to you anymore. Now, sex is not the only component of a loving and serious relationship. In no way is sex the only key to love either. But if the idea of having sex with your partner just doesn't seem appealing anymore, there might be an issue there. It could mean that your sex life needs to be a bit spicier, if you will. Maybe trying something new in the bedroom with your partner could reignite your libido. Or maybe even talking about your desires in an honest, non-judgmental conversation could help. Keep in mind as well that sometimes medication, recent childbirth, and conditions such as vaginismus can cause hesitation in sex that has nothing to do with love. If that is the case, then this tip is not for you. However, if all of these tips have been used, or the idea of even having an honest conversation about sex with your partner is disgusting or boring, it might be time to consider why. Number 9. Your goals no longer align. Dating is a time for people to see and understand exactly what kind of person they are considering spending the rest of their lives with. This means that their goals should definitely align in order to ensure a successful partnership. Having the important discussions about whether or not to have children and how to raise them, about gender roles in the home, about money, religion, and politics is an important stage in the dating process. If the goals of the partners differ, there could be some friction there. There is always an opportunity for compromise, but in some cases, there might not be. With tough topics such as religion and politics in play, it's important that you agree with your partner's beliefs in order to ensure a partnership with the same ideologies. If a partner's life goals change, or if a partner finds themselves despising the beliefs of their partner and having no desire to compromise, it's time to consider moving on. Number 8. You've begun to treat each other with superficial politeness. If a partner suddenly starts talking to their loved one as if they're a stranger they met at a benefit, this is definitely an issue. Fake politeness is definitely a change in behavior that warrants a red flag. If a couple can be nice to one another without having to fake being polite, there's definitely an issue. Saying please and thank you and how are you today out of habit instead of care can indicate that the couple no longer care about one another. Couples should treat each other with politeness out of kindness and love for one another. When it becomes fake and easy to discern from true politeness, then an issue comes to light. Number 7. There is no longer an emotional connection. If the idea of losing a partner does not make someone considering leaving sad, that should be a sign to just leave. An emotional connection to a partner is an important element of staying together and being happy. Being able to make one another feel happy and safe and cared for is one of the more important elements in a relationship. If this can no longer be done, it's time to leave. Emotions are a driving factor for everyone. Being with someone who can take away from the daily stress of working or dealing with whatever life throws at you is what makes a relationship worth having. When that established connection is no longer there, or worse, was never there to begin with, it is probably best to leave. Enjoying the video so far? Then don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insightful psychology videos like this one. You'll only get smarter, and it's free. Number 6. It's impossible to agree on anything. Arguing is never fun. Even seasoned debaters can get annoyed by the idea of arguing. Fighting, especially with someone who loves and cares for you, is hard. Now, fighting in any relationship cannot be avoided. In fact, fighting is often a good sign. Arguments between couples can show that they care enough to ensure that their needs are still being met, or that they care enough to be offended by their partners, which shows that they care about what their partner thinks and feels. However, there is a time when fighting becomes a bad sign. When fighting is excessive and there seems to be little to no breaks, it could be time to consider ending the relationship. No one wants to spend their time arguing about taking out the trash every day or where dinner should be had. When it's impossible to agree, stepping back from the relationship could be a serious option to consider. Number 5. Or, on the flip side, you never argue. As stated above, fighting can be a good thing. It shows that the couple still care about one another's thoughts, wants, and needs. When a couple doesn't fight anymore, it could be a sign that the relationship is ending. When people fight, the bottom line is that they care. Fighting means that they want their needs met, and they feel that the person they're fighting with is worth fighting to hold on to. If there is no fighting, then one member, or both, are getting their needs met somewhere else. Number 4. You make up excuses not to spend time with one another. Spending time with a partner should be the number one priority in the relationship. When people are in love, they normally want to spend every waking moment together. Taking trips, going on dates, spending alone time together, and even popping in on one another in the bathroom is a normal relationship situation. Wanting to be near your partner is important. And if someone finds themselves not wanting to be near their partner, it may be time to reconsider the relationship. Finding reasons not to see them is a red flag, especially if the reasons are something along the lines of washing your space monkey or walking your bird. The idea of staying with this person is not a good one. Number 3. Someone else seems more appealing. While this should be seemingly a duh point, sometimes it isn't. Many times people find themselves becoming attracted emotionally to someone else when they are in a relationship. Notice the emphasis on being emotionally attracted. Finding someone good-looking when you're with someone else does not constitute a red flag exactly, as long as nothing is done to further a relationship with the attractive person. However, emotional cheating is a serious thing, and should be treated as such. When a couple finds themselves going to anyone other than their partner for support, this could cause a serious issue. If someone finds themselves attracted to someone else, wanting to spend time with someone else, or worse, fantasizing about someone else, it's seriously time to leave. Keep this quote in mind. If you fall in love with 2 people at once, pick the second. Because if you really loved the first, you would never have even considered the second. Number 2. You're justifying staying in the relationship for other factors. When dating, people are looking for a life partner. They're looking for someone to spend joyful and sad moments with, and to live their lives together as a team creating memories. If someone finds themselves only staying in a relationship for anything other than the connection between the couple itself, it's a serious issue. If they find themselves staying for money, or expectations, or anything else, they'll never truly be happy. Stay with someone only if that person is the person, no other reason. Number 1. The trust is gone. Trust is the lifeline that relationships thrive off of. Trust in a partner is what makes relationships survive. This prevents arguments, jealousy, hurt, and establishes respect. If trust is broken for any reason, such as cheating, lying, or worse, then the chances for the relationship to survive are slim to none without help. Trust is vital. If a relationship lacks trust, it is destined to fail. And if you like this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed, and we will personally reply to your comment.